Good morning. How's it, my brothers? How's it, my sisters? My uncles, my aunties? Another Timmy boy and me mish. We're gonna get it. It's looking pretty cherry conditions. 59 degrees outside. That is freezing. My hands are numb. And my toes. But I'm super stoked to try out this new muzzle. Got a cuttlefish barrel too. I've never used a cuttlefish barrel before, but Mike hooked me up from the dive shop. So stoked to try it out. Went on a little spree right there. And yeah, we'll get to the video. Whew. Stink. A new gun, yes sir. New muzzle, new barrel. First time testing them out. Yes sir. So here we go with the first drop. You already know it's a warm-up, getting the lungs feeling good, and for some reason Tim and I think it's going to be a really good session today. But right away I line up on this Roy that comes out to play, and I give him the good old shot with the new gun, and I made him straight into a unicorn Roy right there. And check out that face. This guy has some two-face action going on. How's this? I'm at the bottom here, and on this drop I didn't see much fish from the surface, so I didn't really expect much here, but I saw that the structure was pretty sick, so I wanted to go check it out and see if anything was lurking in the shadows. So I'm just looking around and there's really no fish. So here we go with the next drop. Right away on this drop there's way more life. You can see all of those tilapes just cruising, schooling up, but these aren't really the fish I want, so I just enjoy the moment and the beauty. So right here, I see Timmy boy messing with his gun, and I heard his shot go off. So I swim over just to check that he's okay. And then right there, I see that his gun is still stuck in the reef. What was?
Roy.
Gotta load your other band then.
Huh?
Load your...
That's not gonna do shit though.
I mean, it'll do something. I mean, you have a tiny gun.
That's true, but still yet.
So after getting Tim's gun out of that reef, we moved on, and I decided to take a drop here just because there's this sandy patch that I wanted to check out and do some dusting. And right away there's a Mempachi. I had to say how's it to these guys. So I start my dusting, trying to bring in any predator fish, any big boys that might be interested in me. So I eye up this spot and I park myself right there, and I'm just trying to chill, just trying to be as subtle as possible, put my head down, and I feel something on my leg right here, and I turn around and I see that my line is wrapped around my fin, so I yank that thing off, and I'm kind of running out of breath, so I head back up. We're about an hour into our drift now, and we finally see some good fish. I bust out the finger guns to let Timmy know that these gotta get put on the menu. But this Honu, I think he thought I was pointing at him, so he gets a little scared and swims off the bottom. I start my breathe up here, and you can hear that it's slow inhales and exhales. And when I'm ready, I pack as much air into my lungs using all my diaphragm. As I'm hitting the bottom here, I did see a knife jaw out of the corner of my eye, and he's actually off to the left, but I'm still looking for those moves just to see. So I do some grunting, and that actually brings everything on over to me. So much towows. There's that knife jaw. He's cruising with those nanuis. So I line up for the shot, and I know he's going to come on over and give me the shot that I need, so I just be patient. So it gives me that gillet plate shot that I was looking for, and he gets wrapped up in this coral head, so I go down to untangle it real quick, and I thought that my shaft was cleared of the reef, but it somehow got upright and stuck in the reef, so I had to leave my gun and fish there and get some air. To help with mobility, I dropped the anchor line that has been on my belt so I can freely move without the float tugging on me. So I make my way down to retrieve the knife jaw and my brand new 110 carbon fiber roller. So out of that whole area, my shaft somehow got stuck in the tiniest hole. So I yank it out, I break a little bit of the reef, so I'm really sorry about that reef. But I do see a school moo over in the distance, so I signal to Tim. That's where these buggers are. Sheesh! Check out that knife jaw. And it's got that name for its pretty razor sharp beak of a mouth. Start loading up the gun again, and I just want to show off this thing as much as I can because this thing is a beauty. We go off to a new zone, and I do see this pretty good sized roy off in the distance that I want to get off the reef. So just wait patiently, check around, see if anything else comes in. And he finally pokes his head out and wants to play. So I start lunging my way over to him, covering some distance. And I'm about to pull the trigger, but this oohoo kind of gets in the way. So I wait for a better shot. And I'm about to pull it here, but I actually end up spooking him. And I still have some air in the tank, and he doesn't know that. So I make my way over, and I go for the lunge shot, and I nail him. This fish also somehow got my shaft stuck in the reef, even though I thought I yanked it out of there. So Timmy boy goes down to help me out. This drop, I got some structure right in front of me. I left a nice doo-doo dust trail behind me. So this moog comes in and he's pretty interested. And I do the lunge shot. And I end up missing, and you can see him just book it out of there. And after seeing that moo, I have moo fever now. So I'm trying to get a moo on the plate, and I do some dive bomb on this guy. Pull the trigger and I miss. That guy zips off. Showing off the gun again, you already know. And I'm at the bottom here, and this giant, biggest collie I've ever seen come in. And I'm telling you guys, this was the size of a red uhu. So I go for the lunge here, I take the shot. You guys can barely see that I missed, and it swims off. So you guys are probably like, Duke, your freaking angles are so rubber this dive, and I know. I'm sorry. So that's why I got this thing right here. GoPro mount mask. Hopefully that'll take care of it, because I've been using a headband and it's just not it. I always have to mess with it and try and see if it's aligned. So yeah, back to the video. Next dives it'll be good.
Huh? Moana Kali.
Bro, the thing looks huge.
Boy, it was big.
Bro, the size of a fucking roof.
Here we go on another drop. I do another dive bomb. It is actually whale season. I don't know if you guys can hear those whales off in the distance. I bust out my spirit fingers, try and entice them in, make them think it's like a squid or something, but they don't want any of it. So I turn, I see that guy. I line up for the shot on this little guy, but he swims off. These guys are too smart for me. At some point through the dive, I started getting confused at what was recording and what was not recording. So I actually took a drop and dive bomb on that giant collie, and I actually got him. But I have no footage of it, so here's me loading up the gun for the third time. But I promise I'll show it at the end of this video. New zone, I have 2 fish now, and we actually spot these huge knife jaws, if you guys can see that from the arrow. These guys were huge, probably like, I want to say like 13 pounds or something. But Tim goes and takes a drop, and you see him kind of swim off. So I decide to go check it out, because usually these guys are pretty tame and they don't get spooked off like those guys did. So I didn't really believe it. I wanted to see if they were still in the cave or something. And there's those Minpachi. I see this bigger fish coming at the top of the screen. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll rewind it, and there that guy was. So me reaching for the camera, I actually stopped recording, and I plugged this guy a nice holding shot right below the fin. I tell Tim there's a second one, and I try to bring the fish over to him. He's at the bottom waiting for the perfect strike, and his buddy comes over there to check out Timmy, and Tim gets a nice stone shot.
I see it, I was like, oh fuck, Duke's down or let's go.
As you can tell, I'm super stoked. So Tim goes down to retrieve his. Luckily it was a stone shot, because this guy's shaft actually did not go all the way through. So you see him just push it all the way through right there as he's handling the fish.
Never even had the flopper.
Oh, I see that though.
Shit. Fuck was bending my shot.
And how's the third one?
Yup, there was a third one of these guys. So these guys are Kahalas or amberjacks. They're pretty tasty fish, but they are known to have a lot of worms. So I get this guy on the kui, and you guys can finally see that giant collie that I shot earlier. Just a little flash of it. Here it comes up again. And that guy's pretty damn big. I mean, that guy was at least 2.5 shakas. Nah, maybe not that big. How's it, brothers and sisters? Been a couple days, and here's the collie. Just to show you the size of this thing, I'm gonna hold it up to Buster right here. Raw. Just look at the size of that Moana Kali though. Thing is a dozer. It's literally the size of Buster. Buster like munch. What? Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna steam them up. Make some grinds for dinner. You already know. Probably be doing this with the boys, so I don't know how the footage is gonna be. I cut up the Kahala the best I could. I got the worms out, and bro, it was choke. But we made some fish burritos out of it. Just grinds. Didn't get any footage. I'm pretty stoked for this collie. I've been looking forward to it all week. So, first things first, let's make some rice. 4 cups right there. Uh-oh. We out of water. Move this over here. So while the rice is cooking, we can get started on our pupus, and that's just gonna be some simple sausages. I think they're basil, something basil. Got them from Costco. For the stuffing of the fish, we got some fresh ginger, and we'll just slice that up. In prepping the ginger, I usually do this in the sink, but for you guys, I'll do it here over the table. I just get them nice and wet. All I need is a spoon to get all that skin off, the outside layer. And I just start scraping away at it. But the skin just falls right off. And yeah, that's what you do. And you just put the scraps in the bowl. Trying to get all the skin off. Good to go. Buggers is nice and clean now. No more skin. And I'm gonna start slicing them up into nice little, however big you like, I guess. Depends on the fish or your size. But this Moana Kali is pretty monster. Should use the bigger knife. There you go. All nice and sliced. Now we can get started on our sauce for the fish. Shoyu, sesame oil, just a little bit of brown sugar. The special, you know, Hawaiian chili pepper water. Shoyu, good amount. Some your sesame oil. Some spice. There's cilantro in this, which I really like. Good amount of spice. I like it spicy. Gonna mince up some of that ginger that we just cut up. Drop the ginger in there. Grab some of your sugar. Add a nice pinch of that in there. Oh, and I forgot, you want some vinegar. I'm gonna use champagne vinegar because it's nice and light. A little bit of that. Bango bango. That's the sauce right there. Oh, cherry. Grab our stuff, sauce. I didn't cut up the sausages yet. Fish. Bruh. This thing is a dozer though. Made it to Curdy Birdie's house. Yes, sir. Got some fresh green onions. Gonna pick some more. What is they? What is they? Oh, you get choked.
One's damaged. Is it the big man? The big one?
Oh yeah, I can.
This is the thick.
Whatever.
This is the skinny.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah. Big boys. Just took all the damage on it, I guess.
And they work really easy.
End of the week, they have a gallery that they send to their bosses. Under me, the more I get rice, I already knew about this. Oh, and then I was like, yeah, he's like, oh, get the handle. Remember that? Like, we're like 12 and.
Yeah. They park right outside.
Because I thought that gate was his.
Gonna want to score a fish. Try to go pretty deep. And go to the bone, but not through the bone. Do the other side. I'm gonna grab the ginger. Just stuff it in the middle. A good amount of it. Awesome.
I really hope you guys can see, because my GoPro is not happy.